Today on Commonly Good MTG, we're playing a GRUUL Moneyball deck. What does Moneyball mean? It means getting the most value for the smallest price possible and just making that exploited as much as possible. What else we got in this deck? We got Ferocification, which did so well for us on our last video that I just wanted to see how well it did in a Moneyball deck. So there we go. It's cheap value cards packed with Ferocification. That sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, recently voted 2024's most awesomest dude by Top Shelf Honey magazine, Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film for a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and today I'm bringing to you a deck of my own creation. Holy smokes, my own creation. I didn't copy this from anywhere. I mean, I kind of did. What this is that, we were playing Ferocification deck the other day. I thought that would be super cool in a great Moneyball deck. So I went and grabbed a GRUUL deck I had before, and I started swapping out cards. Not a GRUUL deck, a mono green Moneyball deck. And I started cutting, swapping out cards for what we had. So this is it. So I GRUULed it up, put in a few new cards, and we're ready to start rolling on this one. So what's the point of Moneyball? Like I said, it's to get the most value out of the cheapest cards possible. So the big thing about Moneyball is you want to have a bunch of ones and twos, but nothing costs more than 3, says the guy that just put something that cost 4 in his deck. But there's only 2 of them. I'm just, if I'm getting to that point, yeah, sure. Deathflash H-Ward collect 4. I'm good, man. I'm going to go ahead and throw this guy out. He's worth it. You should put something in there. The other place to put all your money into is Goldvein Hydra. Because, if you start getting to the point where you got more mana than you have dudes to do stuff with, Goldvein Hydra is a good place to dump it into. Because we're playing with red, the other one that might be really cool to play would be Shivon Devastator. Yeah, absolutely. We might be able to just drop this guy, and put in Shivon Devastator. That's flying, We don't get any treasure for its death, but, I don't really care. It's got flying and haste, and I can just pump a whole bunch of mana into it. So that might be a cool thing to do on GRUUL Moneyball 3, version 2, but we'll see that again in the future. All right, so let's take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit of how it should work, and we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? Well, Ferocification. It says target creature, at the beginning of combat, you choose target creature gets +2/+0, or target creature control gains menace and haste. So basically, it just greases the wheel to whatever it is that you particularly need. No paying life, no doing anything. It's just what happens, baby. All right, and so let's take a look at the cards we got there. This guy gets bigger every time you put out another creature with more power or toughness. This does damage equal to the power of one of your creatures to another target creature planeswalker. You could pump all your mana you got into this guy to make it he gets as many popo counters as you can pay. So 1 minus however much mana you pay to get him in. If he dies, you get treasure tokens equal to its power. If you plot this guy, target creature gets +3/+2 and trample to the turn, and then you can put it out for 0 on the following turn. This guy, you can sacrifice him, destroy target artifact, enchantment, and or proliferate. I guess just proliferate, right? Ozolith, anytime you put out a popo counter on something, you put another popo counter on it. And for 2, you can put a popo counter onto something you control, which it will put another popo counter onto. So therefore, you're putting like 2 popo counters on things with this thing every turn. There's only one of those cards in here, but let's just keep it. This guy gets a popo counter anytime another creature comes into the battlefield under your control. And then if it dies, you put those popo counters onto creatures you control. This guy's got haste. He's a 3/2. If I got enough weird stuff in the graveyard, then he gets a +1/+1 and trample. This guy, you can plot him. And then when he comes into play for 0, you put out an additional, what am I trying to say, mana, right? So you can kind of jump up an extra mana by putting this guy out. which allows you to play Axebane Ferox, who's got Death Tusk and Haste and a pretty decent ward on him, and the Sentinel of the Nameless City, Vigilance, and he puts out map tokens. So it helps you look for lands potentially and or get popo counters and stuff, which the Ozolith will help to pump. You only got one of them. Worst case scenario, you got Mirrex to put out little mite babies to have Toxic, and we've got a nice collection of lands. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to be hitting the board. We're going to be trying to swing in as hard as we can. Our guys are all threes if we can help it. See, 3-2, 3-2. This guy grows, starts off as a 2. That guy's a 3-2, 3-4, 4-2, 4-4. So as you can see, we got nothing but just big old power guys right there. Lots of trample. We got a bunch of haste. This will give haste and menace. We got evasion out the wazoo because, you know, that's where evasion comes from. And that's it. And then we'll win. The end. All right, so before we go on and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sheoldred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, and we're playing against bryanduxbury. bryanduxbury. All right, here we go. That's a nice curve we got there. Keep. Let's lay this one down like a smooth Chianti. Don't be countering my stuff, jerkwad. I'm going to lay down little alchemist hands on our evolving adaptive. That'll be fun. The plot thickens. All right, so there's 3. Let's just go for it this way. Dude number 2. Pop him up. We're willing to sacrifice. Let's trade out. That's a mana deer. Okay, good for it. He's got another one. He's got 2 of them now. All right, 4. That gets us into a Ferox. Let's just put some pop into that guy then. That way we can trample over the top. He doesn't want to lose all of his guys. He's willing to trample. He's down to 3. He had to sacrifice something. Okay, we got haste next turn. Is that an enchantment? We could always get rid of it with Cankerbloom. That's a possibility. You got no squirrels. I don't think you're going to be able to pull off a lot of 2 mana. You put a guy out if you want. That's it. You are done, my friend. What? And here we go. All right. I'm not doing any math, so let's just say it. No math! Pow, pow, boom, boom, goes the room. That is GRUUL, baby. Victory! All right, we're playing against John Maynard. Maynard. All right, nothing due for 1. Two, get us a Beastcaller. Well, I'm disappointed in that. All right, 3 gets us into a Ferocification. All right, you want to block? You can. We can make that into a super pissed off Superfish. He's down to 11. That is 1 pissed off fish. Is he going to have to try to kill it somehow? The fish he granted me. Trick or treat. That is not cool, man. All right, what's he pulling here? 7, so I gotta keep somebody back like a sucker now. Oh, I got 2 guys out. I forgot that I could play that guy for 0. All right, we got a guy with haste. That's super cool. He's going to probably leave the Axebane alone, so that's 4 we got coming at him regardless. All right, fish, you got to get in the way, babe friend. Aha! All right. So he's all tapped out. All I got to do is trample in. Boom! Goes the room. Victory! I'm playing against Slimeking. All right, 1, 2. Let's take it in. All right, we got a Hydra, which means I can get him out as a 2/2. This guy's going hardcore to discard. All right, this is going to slow him down for a second or 2. All right, cool. We got another Goldvein Hydra. We're going to pop it 4 here. I could pop it for 5. All right, 2 more hits. We got this thing together. Of course, I've got 0 cards at this point. He's out of mana. He didn't like any of those cards. All right, he's going to have his boy available. I got to remember to pop open the Mirrex. He's going to have to keep it back. All right, come on, deck. Something awesome. That is not awesome. All right, it's down to 2. We'll wait till his turn. I'm surprised that that's the move he's making here. He's trying to punish me for it, but I got lethal in this next turn. Jeez, land, what is your problem? You need to kill one of them probably right here. Three lands in the row right at the end. That sucks. Gain life, not great for us. All right, come on, deck. Yeah. He's a full meal deal. And we win. Touchdown. Lava Bears. Jeez. I'm playing against Pylonfox. That's a weasel, man. Keep. The question is, do I get the Goldvein Hydra on turn 2? Just have something the hard-hitting question with. But even then, it would just be for a 1-1. Yeah, night-night, Yappy Smurf. My fish wants to swim around the water. Look how happy Q-Bird is. Pretending she's a real fish. Swimming around in real water. Let's splash for her. Here we go. Splash, splash. All right, where's Pylonfox at? Is this guy actually here? That's the question. Nope, we're not doing it. That guy's got a 4 for butt. That is bad. All right, we could throw out the Ferox on this next turn. Another one. Chomp away, my friend. Chomp away. All right, we can start blowing away all of his guys on the next turn. And put out a guy. Let's see what kind of hijinks he tries to get us into. This guy's got Death Touch. So it almost doesn't matter what he puts out as long as Ferox lives the turn. I have to go after GRUUL like a sucker. Like it. One. Two. I really want to take GRUUL out this turn. We got to go for the Goldvein Hydra. All right, there we go. Might as well just let it happen. He's dead. Or he's not. Well, that's disappointing. I guess my math didn't work out. Oh no! All right, there's another chump. I really wish I had my Ferocification. I'm going to say it out loud so that way the magic gods will give it to me here on my next turn. Didn't get it. This guy's got a counter ready to go. Oh, that was not great. We'll just do this anyway. Try it again. Ooh, Ferocification. All right, so what's he going to do? He's just going to... Because if you chump, we're going to kill. It's no big deal. GRUUL's gone. You got maybe cards in your hand that'll help out? That's our deal there. And I can't believe you're making me dork around after a Planeswalker like this. I still got Trample. There you go, Trixie Jerk. All right, both you guys are dead. You got a man land, I can see it. That's treasure. Okay, I'm doing Ferocification and Outcaster Trailblazer. I'll probably even play to explore as well. Let's just see if you got any juice on you in that last card, because you got something with an instant on it. All right, there you go. Anybody have Trample? Let's put it on you, little boy. All right, let's spread the wealth. Let's get this guy a little haste action. And everybody in. All right, he's down to 8. A board wipe right now would be horrible. He's got 2-man lands we got to worry about. And we win. He did not have it. In your face, Davy Jones. Victory. I are playing against slksllk. Slksllk. Keep. I'm disappointed I didn't catch it before the whistle. Very disappointed. Pumped! Alright, Outcaster Trailblazer is going to get plotted on the next turn. I think he can only kill one guy, and he doesn't know which one to kill. Oh, no! I guess it's fine. I mean, hopefully it takes out, I guess, Goldvein Hydra. All right, do you want to play? You want to chump with your bat? Give me my dude back? Nope, you'll just take it. I don't need the Trailblazer though. I can go full on Goldvein on this next turn. Oh, yeah, I could do both. I can go crazy because I could put it out. That's right. And it's going to be hasty and it's going to be tramply. What else does it have? Vigilante. Yeah, you might as well, man. I can't block flying. That thing's just sitting around picking its butt. I think these are the groundhogs from the last set. I think they're just over here. What a jerk. There we go. Let's go to town. I'm just too greedy when it comes to the Goldvein is the problem. What you have to do, you have to collect evidence. Do you have enough? Yeah, you do. You only need 4, you got 5 there. Next turn I'm popping for 5. All aboard! That would have been great. I didn't have any mana left. I can say if we would have gotten something else going there. All right, come on. Don't kill 2 of them. Parting question. That's going to fix our day here. Bam! Bam, bam! -9. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, so here's my Moneyball deck, which is featuring Ferocification. And I think it did a great job. I think it did a really good job. As a matter of fact, it did better in ranked than it did in casual. Casual had some deal. You know, people would just be playing their own thing. And this thing is fast and brutal and efficient, but it's not like mono red efficient. I can't kill people on turn 2. I definitely have to cling to at least the fastest I can kill somebody would be like turn 4, maybe. So anybody that has the ability to put up some sort of defense usually kind of can stretch this out a little bit. And then if they have their own thing going on, I can kind of lose the way. This thing has tremendous amounts of pump and haste and trample and utility. It's just all over the place as far as its ability to do stuff. It's all cheap and it is aggro, super aggro. Look at that up there. That is aggro curve right there. So yeah, it was totally a deck that I loved. I thought was incredibly cool, and I really liked it. So let's break it down. Which card is the MVP, the most valuable player? And it was once again, it was Ferocification. But then again, I kind of built this deck around Ferocification. So it doesn't surprise me that Ferocification was the MVP for this deck. But just because it made everything in the deck so much better. You know, you need a guy to have haste and menace? Absolutely, there you go. You need it just to get +2/+0 to the turn? Sure. We got to put it on trample? Yep, we could do that. You want to give a guy haste? Yep, we could do that. Those guys that didn't have their own haste? Sure, let's just do it. So this just makes everything so much better. It is the grease that just makes your deck go nuts. I'm not sure Ozolith was really worth keeping in here. I only had one. This was kind of a leftover from a previous Moneyball deck where I was doing a lot more pumping with Popo counters that stuck around. We don't have that going on as much around here. I mean, it would definitely help out Goldvein Hydra. It helps out Quirion Beastcaller. But that's about it. We don't really put Popo counters on things in any other way. We do have a lot of temporary pumps, which is super cool. But I think this might be a wasted card in this particular deck. I mean, it's all self-sufficient. You can put it out. You can use it to put Popo counters on stuff. You can cycle it if you want to. So it wasn't that much of a waste. It just felt like maybe I could have done something tighter for this deck. All right, so but this was probably the worst card. The best card was Ferocification. Just exactly like I thought. I thought this would be so good in a Rakdos deck, and it totally was. Another guy that was super cool, let me just talk about him, Wildfire Wickerfolk. This guy is super good as a GRUUL guy. Why? Because he's a 3/2 for 2 with haste. That is Moneyball right there. You know, we're trying to get things out for cheap, but they're hitting for at least 3, and haste is really what we're looking for. Haste and or trample. And he's got Delirium. So, man, if it works out, you just happen to have 4 more different cards in your graveyard types, and he gets that +1/+1 and trample. Now, that's great. Then he's a 4/3 with trample and haste. So he comes packing his own value. He is a great GRUUL card. Absolutely. I liked mixing it with Ferocification because then he was like 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets his own haste. Then potentially you could drop like an Aloe Alchemist, put another 3 on there, giving him up to like 9. On the turn, he drops into play. This thing, I almost felt like calling this deck Hulk Hands just because I felt like I was throwing 2/2s on these things all the time. So I might just do that. All right, so there we go. Ferocification, you are the MVP. Let's talk about how was this deck when it came to playing it. On ranked, I got 100%. 100%. I only played it 3 times, but still 100%. On casual, I got 72%, which is still really good. If I would have played it on ranked, possibly I would have done worse if I played more. I don't know. I got a few good games in, called it good. So I'm going to say, yes, this is a competitive deck. Number 2, was this deck fun? Absolutely, because we got so much to do in the first 2 rounds. Lots of utility, like I said, way more than you would expect from green. But we have the ability to get rid of enchantments and artifacts in, I think, is it 2 different ways? I'm trying to find the second one. Maybe not. Maybe it was just some other card I was thinking about putting in here. That's what the deal was. So yeah, Cankerbloom is my big utility guy. We got guys that like to get themselves all scrunched up. We got lots of good stuff going. Yeah, and little mana guzzlers right there to help get it out. It was super fast, super fun, and you're able to do a little bit of some tricksy stuff, and that's exactly it. All right, was this deck interesting? Yeah. Why? Because we're able to put together a good GRUUL deck again. It was tight. I love Moneyball decks. I'm the one that coined the term, which is just that you're putting out guys that cost the least possible to get the most bang for your buck. It's all about value. And yeah, so that's what we're playing as a GRUUL Moneyball deck, and it was super cool, and Ferocification totally helped it out big time. It's self-propelling. That's what I like about it. It's all like shouldered in that you don't have to do anything else. I don't have to pump life into it. I don't have to put more mana into it. Once it's out there, it does nothing but just help other stuff out continuously. It's got its own little battery going nuts. So let's add this thing up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Was this deck interesting? Totes my goats. All right, so that makes this into a A+ deck, which by federal law, I'm required to say this deck was so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.